In a world where wealth blinds and prejudice divides, one heart-pounding moment at a glittering mansion pool shatters every boundary. A disabled heiress fights for breath beneath the water's surface, ignored by those closest to her, until an unlikely hero, the janitor's son, dives into danger, defying all odds. Will his courage rewrite their destinies, or will secrets and betrayal pull them under? Dive into this gripping tale of sacrifice, redemption, and shocking twists. Subscribe now to uncover the truth behind the splash that changed everything. In the opulent enclave of Crestwood Hills, where manicured lawns and marble fountains whispered of wealth, the Hawthorne estate stood as a monument to privilege, its sprawling mansion gleaming under the California sun. But beneath its polished surface simmered a tale of neglect, courage, and secrets that would unravel in a single heart-stopping moment. At the heart of the estate was 17-year-old Lily Hawthorne, the only child of billionaire tech mogul Victor Hawthorne, confined to a wheelchair since a car accident at age 10 that left her legs paralyzed and her spirit bruised, though her sharp mind and quiet resilience shone through her emerald eyes, often clouded by the indifference of her father, who buried himself in work, and her stepmother, Celeste, whose saccharine smiles masked disdain for Lily's disability. The pool, a shimmering turquoise jewel in the backyard, was Lily's sanctuary, where a custom harness allowed her to float weightlessly, escaping the confines of her chair, her laughter echoing as she glided through the water under the watchful eye of her nurse, Maria, the only one who saw her as more than a burden. On this fateful summer afternoon, the estate buzzed with preparations for Victor's annual gala, a lavish affair attended by Crestwood's elite, where champagne flowed and deals were struck under crystal chandeliers. But Lily, as always, was an afterthought, left by the pool with Maria, while Celeste orchestrated the event with hawk-like precision. Among the staff was Marcus Jackson, the estate's janitor, a widower whose calloused hands and warm smile hid the pain of raising his 18-year-old son, Jamal, in a world that judged them by their skin and their status. Jamal, a high school senior with dreams of college, worked weekends alongside his father, polishing floors and cleaning poolside cabanas, his quick wit and kind heart unnoticed by the Hawthornes, who saw him only as the help. As the gala's chaos crescendoed, Maria was called away to assist with a catering crisis, leaving Lily alone in her harness, floating peacefully, or so it seemed. The harness, poorly maintained by a cost-cutting Celeste, had a frayed strap, a detail overlooked in the rush, and as Lily shifted, the strap snapped, sending her slipping beneath the water, her weakened arms flailing, her screams muffled by the pool's depths. Across the lawn, Jamal, hauling trash bags, heard the faint splash, his instincts sharpened by years of lifeguarding at the community pool, a job he took to help his father. Dropping the bags, he sprinted toward the pool, his heart pounding, as he saw Lily's form sinking, her wheelchair abandoned on the deck, while gala guests nearby sipped cocktails, oblivious, their laughter drowning out her struggle. Without hesitation, Jamal dove in, fully clothed, his strong arms cutting through the water, reaching Lily just as her movements slowed, her face pale and eyes wide with terror. He pulled her to the surface, gasping, and swam her to the edge, where he lifted her onto the deck, checking her pulse and calling for help, his voice cracking with urgency. The guests finally noticed, their gasps rippling through the crowd, but Celeste, emerging from the mansion, froze, her face a mask of shock, not at Lily's near drowning, but at the sight of Jamal, a black teenager, cradling her stepdaughter. Victor, alerted by the commotion, rushed over, his face ashen, but his gratitude was tinged with discomfort as he muttered thanks to Jamal, his eyes darting to the guests, aware of their whispers. Maria returned, sobbing, blaming herself, while paramedics arrived, confirming Lily was stable but shaken, her eyes locked on Jamal with a gratitude that needed no words. The gala resumed, but the incident left a fracture in the Hawthorne household, one that would soon widen. Jamal, soaked and shivering, was sent home by Celeste, who dismissed him with a curt nod, her prejudice barely concealed. But Lily's quiet "thank you" lingered in his mind, a spark in the darkness of his daily grind. Days later, Lily, recovering in her room, couldn't shake the image of Jamal's fearless dive, and she began to question the world around her. Why had no one else acted? Why had her stepmother's eyes flashed with something like fear? Using her tech-savvy skills, honed in solitude, Lily hacked into the estate's security footage, uncovering a chilling truth. Celeste had known the harness was faulty, having ignored a maintenance report to save money, her negligence nearly costing Lily's life. The revelation hit Lily like a tidal wave, but another discovery rocked her further. The footage showed Celeste arguing with Victor the night before, threatening to expose a secret if he didn't comply with her demands. Determined to uncover the truth, Lily confided in Maria, who, loyal but terrified, urged her to stay silent, warning that Celeste's influence ran deep. Meanwhile, Jamal faced his own storm. Word of his heroism spread, but so did rumors, fueled by Celeste's allies, painting him as a reckless kid seeking attention, threatening his college scholarship prospects. Undeterred, Jamal visited Lily at the estate, sneaking past security at her request, their secret meetings blossoming into a friendship that defied Crestwood's rigid social lines. Lily shared her findings, and Jamal, with his street smarts, suggested they dig deeper, suspecting Celeste's secret tied to Victor's empire. Together, they uncovered encrypted files on Victor's private server, revealing Celeste's past as a con artist who had blackmailed her way into the Hawthorne family, holding evidence of Victor's shady business dealings, deals that funded the mansion but violated federal laws. The twist came when Lily discovered a hidden clause in her late mother's will. If Victor remarried and his new spouse endangered Lily, the estate would pass to her, not Celeste. Armed with this, Lily confronted her father, her voice steady, despite her fear, presenting the footage and files. Victor, cornered, admitted Celeste's hold over him, his shame palpable, but he begged Lily to stay quiet for the sake of his company. Furious, Lily refused, her disability no longer a cage but a badge of her resilience. And she turned to Jamal, who rallied his community to amplify the story on social media, tagging local journalists. The scandal erupted with Celeste's arrest, making headlines, her icy facade crumbling as she was led away in handcuffs. Victor, stripped of his CEO title, retreated into obscurity, leaving the estate to Lily, who, at 18, took control, her wheelchair a throne of newfound power. She offered Jamal a scholarship fund, but he declined, earning his own way to college, their bond unbroken. Yet, in a final twist, a letter arrived from Celeste's lawyer, hinting at another secret. Lily's accident years ago wasn't an accident at all, but a plot by Celeste to eliminate her as a rival for Victor's fortune. As Lily stared at the letter, her heart raced, knowing this was only the beginning, her resolve hardened by Jamal's courage and the truth they'd uncovered together. The pool, once her sanctuary, now stood as a symbol of survival, its waters reflecting a future where she and Jamal would rise above the currents of betrayal, their unlikely alliance a beacon in Crestwood's gilded shadows.